Falcon Sledge. I'm Austringer, and you are watching Star Citizen today. We are going to be doing some rock mining, and we're going to be flying this amazing ship, the Mercury Star Runner. I went ahead and picked one of these things up at the IAE, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. You might be asking, why is he not flying the Nomad? That's the thing everybody's been talking about recently. Well, that can be quite simply answered, and that is the Nomad uses an elevator. And elevators, they don't always work all that great. So we're out here trying to do some rock mining. I haven't been doing as much rock mining lately because they've reduced the number of nodes that are available for rock minables, and they've mixed in a lot of things like Dolovine on Ariel, where they used to only have Hadanite. So it looks like we've got our first taker. Let's get close and see what it is. Give me some Hadanite. Scan this. Dolovine. So we are going to leave that. And we're going to continue on the same approximate path that we were on before. Something you might notice is that I'm not going all that fast. I usually fly around half throttle. A couple of things that does for you. In the MSR, it burns quite a lot of fuel using thrusters, so I usually try to take it a little bit easy. I don't use the afterburner just to conserve some fuel. But that's not the only reason that I do that. The other reason that I do that is that these minables are only detectable from less than 2,000 meters. That is also the reason why you see me doing partial charge scans, because you want more constant pulses and less long-range pulses. Because let's face it, you're not going to detect one of these nodes from 10,000 meters, so why do you need your scan to go out that far? You don't. Here's our second taker. Tell me it's Hadanite. It is. Alright, let's find a place to land. That is one downside to the MSR, is that it's got a bit of a footprint on her. She's a chonky girl. So we'll put it down right here. No shame in using third person to land, folks. No shame at all. Let's break out the rock. One of the reasons that I wanted to make this video is that I really do believe that the Greycat ROC is probably the best source of making money for new players. It's got a really cheap cost. It's only 170,000, I believe. I'm sure that if I'm wrong about that, I will be corrected down in the comments below. Yeah, I believe it's 170,000. And that's not that hard to get. And with the introduction of the Nomad, and it being a relatively inexpensive ship as well, when the time comes and the game ends up being released, which, trust me, it will be someday, having an inexpensive way to get into a really good money-making profession is going to be really valuable. And I really do think that this could be it for a lot of people. My preference tends to lie more towards the prospector mining. I like flying rather than driving, so it's kind of a natural pick for me. Now, if you've done any prospector mining or watched my prospector video, this is going to be pretty familiar to you because it basically works the same way. So we'll get it into the green. We'll hold it here. we don't want to get into the red because it'll spread these things everywhere. But here's the part that's really changed for the ROC in this patch, and that is the tractor beam. It works great. Feel free to go to my other videos and find another video of me doing this mining and just compare how quickly that works. It's great. Really quite happy about that. So let's burn out this one. Get this one done. I have a mouse wheel that has no detents, so I'm able to just flip it from one side to the other to increase or decrease the power on the laser. So that's why I'm increasing and decreasing quickly, even though I don't have an axis assigned to this. I think the best thing would be to use an axis, like a slider or some other type of absolute. Whereas this is relative. Come on, let's get back into that green. There we go, that's what we like to see. I never saw the red at all, but yet it threw some of it around. Well, you know, that's not as big of a deal as it used to be, because we can come right up to it and just bring it right in. They've really done a good job at fixing the tractor beam issues. And I really hope that means good things about other tractor beam systems that are to be added to the game here soon. You don't even have to be stopped and it will work oftentimes. So it's really nice. Alright, let's head back to the MSR and get loaded up. The advantage of the MSR, and now since they've fixed some of the issues with the ROC not being stable in some ships, the Cutlass Black is going to be a really great ship again. Even the Cutlass Red and the Cutlass Blue I've tested to make sure that it can hold the ROC and that it doesn't bounce around all the time. The red and blue are a little bit harder to use because the ROC is going to run into the wall. But even worse, there's a bug where every time you get into the ROC, the mining laser is angled upwards, so you have to extend it and retract it to get it back into position. That means your mining laser is going to strike that wall before you can exit the red and blue. But the black, that shouldn't be as big of an issue. You've got a bit more room in the black. You aren't going to have to worry about the Nomad because you are going to be backing in every time. Alright, so let's get back out and keep looking. I believe this is about the direction we were going. I usually try to continue going the same direction so that I don't cross back over the path that I was already on. We'll get one more set of nodes for you in this video, but also what you can expect if you get an entire load of Hadanite is about 220,000. If you are being lucky and you find good nodes, you can expect to bring in about 220,000 about every hour or so. Some people will say that they do better than this. Some people are going to say that they can't find anything. In my experience, the best mining has in the past been aerial, but I'm not sure what the best place is today. Perhaps if you know of good places, you can comment down below. Help people out. Give them some places they can go to mine. Got another node here. Let's check it out. Ooh, this is a good one. Tell us it's Hadanite. Yes. Look at that. bit back. A little bit back. Alright. Just remember one thing when it comes to flying the MSR is that it has one loading ramp, one entranceway. That, I would say, is probably one of the biggest downsides to the MSR. One other thing that you might want to consider when it comes to mining in the MSR is that there are a lot of doorways you have to go through, so that is going to slow down your progress of getting in and out. Some of the upsides are that the MSR is great on maneuverability. Really is a pleasure to fly this ship. It handles well in atmosphere, it's quick, and here's that bug I told you about. When we entered the garage, our mining laser was in the normal position, but now as soon as I've entered, it's sticking straight up in the air. Is your mining laser bugged, or are you just happy to see me, right? Okay, so we've reset that and we pulled out. Let's find our hot night. Here it be. All 6 nodes of it. Check that out. Now, if I can avoid blowing some of these up, this is going to be a pretty good haul. One other thing that they've changed is the percentage of hadanite in the stones. You'll notice that they've reduced it on some rocks. It used to be between 90 and 100 on every single stone. Now they've reduced that a little bit, but we had a bit of lag and got us in the red. So what we'll do is we will go and do another rock. Let that one cool down. Sometimes you'll get that. If you ever see if you're going along and you're seeing the energy go up on your rock and all of a sudden it stops, best to either switch to collection or turn your laser off so that you don't overheat that rock. That one was more me. I was concentrating on talking to you. So, like I said, if I can avoid blowing any of these up, we're going to be doing well. I'm way too used to running the helix on my prospector. Something to look forward to in 3.12. They're going to be redoing the user interface for mining, and that should really help to make things more clear and give us more information that is more useful and easier to read for us going forward. Fine Guys and I are looking to get a mole mining video done for you all. Boarded Man has a mole, and we've been out mining on it a few times. Every time we try to do a video for it, though, we end up getting 30Ks or things like that. You know how it is. It's just kind of bad luck. And with the holidays, we've had to say forget it a few times. But with everybody going on vacation here and there, we might be able to get one of those videos for you. The mole is a really fun one, so I look forward to it. A couple of other things that have come up in comments and things is audio. I, right now, am just barely getting started in this whole thing, so I don't have an amazing mic. I will be addressing that and getting something a little bit better in the future. In addition, I'm going to do my due diligence and try to ensure that the levels are good. Sometimes you throw together one of these videos and you want to get it published, and maybe you don't notice when some of the sound is bad, or the music is too loud, or that there was a couple of videos there that I've had background noise, and unfortunately I knew the background noise was there when I was editing the video, but wanted to get it out there anyway. This one is being a little bit tricky sometimes. You have to find the right angle to make it work. This one doesn't want to play. This is also something that I've noticed from in 311, is that I never had an overheat before in 310 with the ROC, but now in 311 I have had the mining tip overheat a few times. Just like that, that's all done. Let's get this back and get it loaded. Sometimes when you're a little bit off there, when you've got a bit of a gap, I find that just getting one wheel up will oftentimes help you to get up there. Your mileage may vary on that one.
A few moments later.
So, I had actually finished recording this video and decided, well, you know, I'll finish filling the ROC up and take it back to sell it. Maybe I'll even put the amount that I sold all of my Hadanite in the end of the video. I found a location that had 5 nodes, so I was like, great, you know, this is going to give me plenty of Hadanite. Went out, mined the nodes, turned around to reload the ROC onto the MSR, and she is no longer here. This is unfortunately one of the bugs that still plagues ROC mining, and that is your mothership, even when left running, decides to fall through the world and travel through the planet core. Name that reference. So, with that, if you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, give it the thumbs up. Please subscribe, it really does help me out. And you have a great day.